you want to attend the next ARG regional event? Make sure you pre-register online at dragonballsuper-regionals.com. The next event is scheduled for the weekend of April 14th and 15th in beautiful San Jose, California. Need a place to stay for the event? Head over to super-collectibles.com and buy a ticket to the KitchenTableMeta Team House. For only $300, you get a private room for Friday and Saturday night, one-on-one coaching, dinner with the pro team, and much, much more.
There you go, guys. What is up? We have a little bit of a treat for you, and I am so excited.
You are.
I am the most. I am like. I'm like a kid in a candy shop over here. We have Spenser Hodum, the hero. His name is now the hero of Charlotte, North Carolina, playing Beerus as the leader. Is that amazing?
Paper, rock, scissors. Yeah. That is so epic.
The C goes first. I am the most excited person in the whole world, guys. I cannot explain to you guys how excited I am. Guys, spam those destroys in chat. I want to see them for our boy Beerus. Currently 2-0. Insane. Playing against Markus Zirkle on the left, playing Mecha Frieza, which has been pretty popular today. I actually didn't expect. I mean, obviously you always expect.
It's a good call.
You always expect to see Mecha Frieza, right? But you don't expect to see this mini Mecha Frieza. I was really surprised. Spenser Hodum, by the way, guys, a member of KNK Gaming, just obviously a fantastic player, going 2-0 with Beerus. Never been done before. I'm gonna be bold and say against Markus Zirkle again, guys from Bearded Collectibles. Bearded having a great showing in this event as well.
Have a good amount of people. I think we have all like the most representatives of each team in attendance for this event. I think all the Force Horsemen here. Yeah. I think your whole team squad here.
Yeah,
our whole squad is here.
One player. Yeah,
really?
we're missing Nick.
Yeah, we're not missing any. I don't think. Well, me obviously, but I don't really consider myself. I'm like.
See, I don't either. I don't consider myself. Like, I'm not as good as those guys. I know
and
that.
Then wise guys. Yeah, there's so many. Everyone's in attendance. We're really gonna see who's the best at this event. I really can't wait. Yeah,
so excited. Plus, guys, by the way, Jim is going to be on the stream at some point this week. Yeah, it's probably going to be this week. But he'll be on the stream sometime either today or tomorrow to discuss the future of ARG events.
Some big announcements from Bandai.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's going to be insane. So, guys, keep an eye on that. We'll post stuff on Facebook. We have a better idea. Also, I've had our players put their life here, so I can actually do a better job keeping track. I've been doing a miserable job of that. I'm so sorry.
I think that's so much better. That's a good adjustment that we've been doing.
Yeah, no, it is. We can actually see it, which is great. And honestly, it's really mostly just an overlay problem. And I'll promise I'll try to find a way to fix that, guys. So I apologize.
So Markus here starting off strong. 2 Monakas, going down to 6 life. Netting those extra +1s off those cards. Very similar to Yu-Gi-Oh's Pot of Greed. Very fantastic card. Not as good in the late game. So it has its pros, it has its cons. It's not something that, when you first saw this card hit the circuit, everyone was crying, like, ban this, ban Mecha Frieza, ban Monaka. Like, oh my god, draw 2, unheard of. But we see Frieza get significantly pushed out of the format, and now making its way back in as Cell makes a reappearance. I love how the meta really changes, and there's really nothing that has really changed. I mean, there's a small errata, but I mean, it's still an excellent deck.
And that's how you know, by the way, that a game is healthy. Whenever you have a healthy, I call it a rotating door meta game. That's where you don't have the same decks on top all the time. You just have like, oh, this deck is good if this deck is good, and it's really a hard format to play in because you have to have a good understanding of the meta. You can't just play like the best deck. But we still have those decks that are always going to be good. Soul Striker is an example of a deck that's always good. Vegeta is an example, but they have counters now.
Yes,
Androids,
they do have
Mecha Frieza. There's plenty of these different counters that come in and just do a great job.
And it's not like unbeatable counters too. It's just like, all right, we're both playing the game very well, and we know the matchups very well, and we're gonna play it to our strengths. And some people just don't know how to play it to the strengths as good as others. So sometimes you see those weak matchups just end up going over, and it's just like not unbeatable. It's not like in Pokemon weakness. Oh man, water versus fire. Obviously water.
Yeah, I just get wrecked.
So interesting job. It looks like Spencer's playing the God version of the Beerus deck.
It does.
That means he's trying to get to that ultimate 12 mana, or he's also trying to get to that Whis. I really hope he's trying to get to that Whis.
Absolutely.
Because I love that Whis.
I'll tell you, I actually play tested this deck on stream about a week ago, the God version of Beerus. I was surprised at actually how well its matchups was in certain matchups, though it was hard to beat Cold Bloodlust. It was very hard to beat Cold Bloodlust. And so I'm curious to see what Spencer's going to do. Now, I had the idea of trying to put yellow in here for Bad Ring Laser. I'm not sure if Spencer does something like that as well, but it doesn't look like it. We do see the 7-drop Beerus. So he's running my favorite card with my favorite leader.
Jeez.
I might marry this guy.
You got to take this deck I'm just
just going to
take it from him. Just I'm sorry, you can't play the rest of the tournament. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to hold your deck for permanent deck inspection.
Yeah, if you guys see the stream going down because I get thrown out of the event for stealing another player's deck, you know which deck it was. Super excited for this deck.
No, this is a deck that is one of my all-time favorites. You can actually catch my deck profile of this on our YouTube channel. I actually took this to one of our big 50-man tournaments at the beginning.
What, this Beerus deck?
Yes. I actually piloted this with Whis, with the 12-mana Whis and 10-drop Vegito. I played the 10-drop Vegito as another win condition, and it was just my favorite deck to play. It's just so fun.
I knew there was a reason I liked you, and now I know what it is.
But obviously, when Cold Bloodlust hit, it was just obviously a significant downgrade to the deck and a significant hit. So we're gonna see how Spenser goes over this giant hill that he has to overcome to try to get Markus slipping on one of his Cold Bloodlust, or maybe using it prematurely on a Beerus or something, because that always happens. You're just I have to Cold Bloodlust here.
This thing's too
and
good.
I won't have it for later.
Right. Yeah. Now against Beerus being decent in the meta, once he awakens, he can kill. When he attacks, he kills something that's 3 or less. Which you can get all the bodyguard cards. He can get the Friezas that we see played a lot. We can get obviously the Gotenks we see on board. He can get Chilling Terror, which is actually a pretty big deal. It actually hits a lot of the androids in the android deck as well. And so has a lot of targets for his effect. So,
now, Bloodlusting the Whis is actually not terrible here. I think that's what he did, and Chad is going, why did you do that? Well, honestly, as a Beerus player, Cold Bloodlusting the Whis is actually really hurtful. I mean, you need to get to that extra mana as fast as possible. Your opponent also taps out. That's another plus. And also, I think Markus was able to awaken off that Cold Bloodlust because now he's at 4 energy,
yes.
Life. So definitely Cold Bloodlust is an option, especially when you're trying to awaken. Sometimes I even find myself Cold Bloodlusting a Boo or any of the little searchers that search the top 3 or top 7. Sometimes you're just in that position where you need to do it to further your game state, even though it might not be the most ideal use of the card. And that's why you have to adapt sometimes.
There's been times when I've played Beerus Ramp where I have won at 12 energy, right? And if I didn't have Whis in my hand, I would have lost. And so you think, Cold Bloodlusting this Whis actually sets him behind 1 turn.
It does.
Which
it really hurts.
Could be the turn. Yeah. I mean, it could actually be the turn. So
it really hurts. I hated that. That was one of the reasons why I was off Beerus, because they would know to Cold Bloodlust. Well, our local players would know about the deck, and if I played against a Bella or Peter, they'd be like, "Oh, Bloodlust your Whis," and I'm like, "Oh my god." It just hurts you so much, especially in this deck, because your main your main game plan is ramp. Other decks, it's just this is just in here. If you Bloodlust it, awesome. If you don't, awesome.
I'll be honest, I am nervous for Spenser. I am so afraid.
This is frightening. There's a Gotenks on board.
Can he beat Golden Frieza? I'm sorry. Can he beat Cold Bloodlust?
Cold Bloodlust?
I don't know.
Honestly, Markus has to throw his Cold Bloodlust early, which you already saw him throw one, so that's already a good scenario. But he can have another, and there's no telling if he does have another one. And it should be very easy now that he's awakened and seen more cards. So
Spenser down to 4, I think, off that Gotenks set, which is going to allow him to awaken and start putting pressure.
That's definitely what you want to be doing in this deck. You want to get down to 4 as soon as possible.
Yep.
It does play results, so you don't want to awaken this way, but you'll take awakening this way, especially when it's this early. That Gotenks is going to leave the board very soon, though, because it is going to be able to clear a threat. That Beerus also, by the way, I think you mentioned that it was 3 or less energy. It is 2 or less energy.
On the front side. On the front side.
On the flip side is 3 energy. So he has no other target but the Goku. Then he's going to go and attack the Gotenks, which is going to be defended by
must be at 5 life. Because he would have awakened before he attacked there if he was at 4, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the way his life's here, it looks like, maybe it's at 4, but it's probably just together.
I can go. We can go try to spread it out a little bit because it's really misleading.
All right, George is going to go check out the life for us here. Yeah, he's at 5 life, guys. Okay, we got that situated. Cool. George being an MVP, by the way, doing an awesome job here. Checking this out for us. So he's at 5?
5.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's at 5, which explains a lot of things here.
Yeah. So here comes down Super Saiyan Gotenks. As it turns out, pretty awesome card in every type of deck.
Extremely good. So much value. Drawing you a card. When you have a card that does you multiple things, just like Kale, it just has the potential to be something extremely powerful, especially at the 25 mark. That's very deadly. So
yeah, and Markus could do some really cool stuff too with Mecha Frieza, and it's something I'm starting to see Mecha Frieza start doing, where they're essentially just playing just like Soul Striker does. So they'll attack with this. They can play a free Sensu Bean untap 2 if they want, play something else. it can really lead to that kind of Soul Striker feel. But honestly, Spenser has the ability to come back with Beerus' ability here if he can get it online soon enough. Here comes Gotenks yet again in for 15,000 into 15,000.
So he hit with the double strike Gotenks first?
Yes, the double strike Gotenks knocked our hero, our Beerus hero here to 3.
Very good play, by the way, guys. The order of operations, order of attacks is very critical here. Markus did the right line of play, attacking with the double strike Gotenks. You want to always put your opponent from 5 to 3. Very awkward number at 3, and it's only 1 hit away from being at lethal. 2 is something that you never want to be at. Right. Double striker will kill you. Champa will kill you out of nowhere. Left field always comes out.
Mass Saiyan now.
Mass Saiyan now,
Jeez,
exactly.
That card just like, every time I think I'm safe, they tap 1 energy, and I realize I'm doomed.
Yep. And there goes the result of training from Spenser. He was holding it. He did have it. That's one of the cards that you need to play in this deck. It is a results deck, unfortunately, and sometimes that's just the drawback of playing these.
I think it's pretty safe to say, George, that Spenser's playing a mono blue deck now.
No, he is.
I don't think he's playing
100%. Yeah.
I don't think he's playing any kind of yellow tech or something for that bad ring. So
Beerus decks, like even when I played it, it was always just mono blue. That's the only way that you can really approach the deck, at least to do exactly what you want to be doing, which his game plan is here. But
such a cool play by Spenser here, attacking, killing the active battle card and pressuring Gotenks here. So cool.
That Gotenks really needs to leave the field. Spenser's deck, the Beerus deck, doesn't have many resources that I can just throw away.
Right.
The resources that you have to throw away, you see, here he's playing a Beerus, and he's going to Cold Bloodlust here. Yep. So, see, Spenser might have a chance now. I mean, like, he's not going to be able to get rid of these threats on board, but he's getting rid of the Cold Bloodlust. So if he does get to that energy, he's going to be able to get there. But like I said, does Spenser
It's important to know that Weez cannot be Cold Bloodlusted.
No, it can't.
That's something that's important to be to talk about. However, what can be Cold Bloodlusted though is the God Priest, which is like your ramp tool, right?
Yep. Also Zeno, if he's playing Zeno.
Zeno is a fantastic card, yeah.
Zeno was my favorite card in this Beerus deck. It just resets you. It puts you in positions like this where your opponent goes through their Cold Bloodlust. They really start getting advantage. They awaken before you. You're out of resources because you're using all these resources to defend yourself, not die, and ramp. And you're investing all this stuff into ramp. And then you're just like, okay, let's play Zeno. Let's reset the board. Let's reset the hand. And now we're on the same playing field. And I could attack with my awakened leader and draw a card.
Absolutely.
So I'm going from 6, and you're going from 6. You're going from however many cards in hand to 5, and I'm going from 5 to 6. So
it's interesting here with that Cold Bloodlust, because actually Spenser got some value out of that Cold Bloodlust. I mean, of course, he didn't kill the Super Saiyan Gotenks, which is troublesome, but he did still attack in and killed Gotenks. So he still killed a card for a card and got Cold Bloodlust too. So it's actually not too far. I mean, it's somewhat somewhat good for him.
No, there's plenty of cards in Spenser's deck that demand Cold Bloodlust. You can see most of them in the energy now. The Prince of Speed, the Returning Evil Golden Frieza, the Beerus. These are all cards that Markus does want a Cold Bloodlust, but there's so many threats. Which ones do you stop?
And guys, Spenser on the right representing KNK Gaming, and Markus on the left representing Bearded Collectibles. George bringing up a good point that this is probably the biggest tournament we've had as far as teams is concerned, which I love that. I think that's something that's exciting.
I really love the emergence of other teams, no matter how small or how big. I don't think the size of teams really matter. It's just really about the quality of the players and how well they can interact with each other.
Absolutely.
And be able to bounce back ideas, because that's all what a team. That's really all a team is. How many how many people do you have in your support network that can maybe lend you cards, or maybe just
look at your deck list and give you ideas, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly. And be like, hey, I played this once at a regional, and I saw this guy doing XXX. And he did very well, or he had much success, or whatever.
I'd say Weez is a card that has kind of not seen as much play, and recently, and I actually think he's every time I play that card, he's pretty impressive, because he's a 4-cost that gives you an energy, which is very powerful, especially in a ramp deck, obviously. But he also gives you the energy to use himself, so he's a free 10,000 combo card.
I love it. That's why I love. Yeah, it's a double use card. Weez is always there as just, okay, I need the 10K, get him off board really quick.
Right.
The only thing that sucks is that if you have him in a 1-drop, the kill just, has a great lunch. And
right, yeah.
That lunch is no better than anything else. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Right.
And that's really not what you want to be doing. So I usually throw those first, but...
Yeah, there we go. Good hit there by Spenser being able to survive that attack. Unfortunately, though, with Kel here, swinging 20,000 to 20,000 here, we'll see if Spenser decides to discard a card. Markus actually gets a draw off of that, so that means Markus only has 6 cards in hand, it looks like.
Looks up to 6, yeah.
Somewhat of a small hand in this stage of the game.
For as early as he awakened, yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised. So here's 50,000 to 20. We'll see if Markus decides to bump up this attack or not.
Mecha never really has too much of a high hand count. I mean, like you see androids do, or you see like Vegeta do. 6 and 7 is generally where you want to start gravitating around. You have a good amount of answers. Some of them will always be like dead events. You know, you have those Monakas, those objections that are no more use to you. You're like,
objection coming down. Great energy.
Spenser going up to, what is that, 8 energy?
Yep, 8 energy.
Uh-oh.
That means he can play a 7-drop.
He can play the Zeno. He can play 7-drop Zeno. Beerus, sorry. He could play a Princess Speed with 3-up.
Princess Speed's so good, by the way. Drawing card.
Especially in this
no
deck.
Target for the Beerus ability, unfortunately. All right, we'll see what Markus decides to do here. Is he going to take it and go to 3?
As a Mecha Frieza player, it's okay to be at 3.
Right.
But if you don't need to go to 3, you never want to be at 3.
Right, because it limits your cards you can play, right? Like with this ability. Right.
Exactly. You normally want to go to 3 on like a Cold Bloodlust that you don't have a yellow up or something.
And a Beerus going to kill.
And another Beerus. This is blue deck because it cycles so much, draws so much, and you have so many of these Beerus type effects. I mean, like it could have easily been Returning Evil Golden Frieza also.
Absolutely, which we didn't see him running a lot of, by the way.
So he's always going to have one of these like problem solvers that he's going to be able to like just lay down on board, and your opponent's just going to have infinite bloodlust, you know. There we see another destructive evil occupation. Sorry.
You know, I think that might have been a little bit of a misstep by Spenser. I think he just sequenced his turn just a little incorrectly. I think he should have attacked with played Beerus first, and then done this attack, and then if Markus plays out Frieza, he gives himself a target.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
those 10Ks is always something that you want to play around,
right.
Especially even in Broly too. You want to sometimes leave the Broly swing for last because then it can actually hit one of those 10Ks. Also.
Peter Joltik, at KitchenTableMeta, would be nice to display these players' records. Absolutely. I'm sorry, that's my fault yet again, guys. I will eventually get those records up there. I apologize. I believe I did mention at the beginning, though, that they are both 2-0.
Yes.
They were actually table 3. So I'm sorry, that's my fault. But I will promise I will try to get those up there before next time. I'm trying to get everything going here, so I apologize. Not really an excuse. I didn't mean to say that. It's my fault. I will definitely get it taken care of going into round 4. Spenser with that Sensu Bean. Spenser having a lot of defense. You know,
he does.
Yeah, has the Whis, has counters, and another smart move on Markus too. That's a brilliant move.
In a battle attrition game like this, Spenser I don't think is going to have the ability to resolve a God of the Gods Great Priest or God of the Great Priest. So I think he should be abandoning that game plan and just working towards let's get to 12 energy to win the game with Beerus, or I don't know if he's playing Whis, but if he's playing Whis, that's 10.
We haven't seen
there's a few energy away from that.
Right, we haven't seen a Whis yet, like in his hand or discarded or energy or anything like that. Markus just getting so much value out of these Kells, though. He's already drawn 3 cards off these Kells. That's a lot of cards.
That's a lot. And when those Kells are hitting for critical, that's never good.
No, you can't.
But now you see a few Piccolos finally appearing for Spenser.
Yep,
so that's good because he hasn't. Yeah, because he hasn't gone through too many Piccolos. He still has a few in the deck. He still has ways to search it. I haven't seen a Gowasu really from Spenser.
Yeah, I think we've seen one.
You gotta know. Yeah, you gotta have more of those coming up. So as soon as those Gowasus get online, he's gonna be able to search for that Whis or search for those Piccolos because that is a god. And be able to hit some extra cards because I don't think that we've seen enough cards that replace himself from Spenser. I haven't seen many Majin Boos. I don't think I remember seeing. This deck does play a surprising number of 1-drops, being Bulma, Gowasu, and Boo.
Right. Do you think Spenser has a counter here? I can't quite. Spenser's doing a great job hiding his hand here. I can't quite see it, and I'm wondering.
Like a negate?
Yeah, like a negate.
I would find it hard to believe if he doesn't have a negate.
Zeno would be insane right now. That's what he needs. He needs Zeno right now. Zeno would be so great.
There's a Bulma. You see, so his Bulma's unfortunately dead at this point.
Markus deciding not to attack with Super Saiyan Gotenks. I hate that play. I've seen so many players do this.
I don't get it. I really
don't either.
Get it.
I understand that when you give your opponent 2 cards. I understand that like logic, but like knocking the opponent to 1 life is huge.
Of course.
It's like game from your leader, game from your combo cards, game from anything.
I mean, your opponent also doesn't want to go down to 1 either.
Right.
So they have to dedicate. What is that? 3 5Ks minimum, or a 1K and a 5K.
Uh huh.
All right, so it looks like Spencer's all in on this Beerus 12 energy, and he's ramping up to, it looks like 9?
Yeah, he's at 9 right now, right? 3, 6, 9, 10.
10. Oh,
10.
man. That's the sweet spot. Well, the sweet spot for this deck is 11.
Does have Golden Frieza in hand, though.
Yeah.
So he has the ability to bounce this Whis. Cold Bloodlust again on Golden Frieza.
Bloodlust. That's what, 3 or 4 from Markus?
That's the 3rd one, yeah.
That's the 3rd one. All right, so you really can't think that your opponent has the 4th Bloodlust here.
No, you can't play around the 4th Bloodlust.
And your opponent still has 4 life, so they still have a good amount of life. Here, you're attacking nothing but creatures. You want to get rid of that board presence. Here, you're not attacking the life at all. You don't want to give your opponents more cards. You just want to have them throw cards.
I actually don't feel like you can play around Cold Bloodlust at all in this game. I think you just have to play into it and play into it efficiently, as efficiently as possible.
Sometimes there's an order of operations of cards that you can play in accordance to whether they have Cold Bloodlust or not, but they're losing a card and you're still, it's not like Cold Bloodlust is getting rid of your card. It's getting rid of your auto. You still have the card to attack with. They still have to dedicate resources. He lost 2 cards on that Golden Frieza. So the Golden Frieza did his job.
Golden Frieza, man. I don't know if Spencer can live this turn.
Might not. How many cards in hand in Spencer's hand?
It looks like he has 3 cards in hand, 3 life. I'm sure he has a negate. I don't think we've seen a negate at all from Spencer.
Just 1 in his energy.
Just 1 energy. Yeah. So, I feel like it's probably possible. Yeah, this is probably going to be the end. Getting the results off of that attack, going to 2 life. Markus will probably likely swing in here with Super Saiyan Gotenks, putting a lot of pressure into his opponent, but deciding to attack with instead Kel here, which I think draws him a card. If it draws him a card, it's fine. Yeah, it does. Looks like Spencer has maybe 1 card in hand. Markus decided to put a little pressure on with his Dodora. I think I might have saved that for the double striker.
Is he going down to 1 life now?
Yeah, down to 1 life.
He's at 1 life then.
Sorry, Ashton.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, I see. So.
All right, then negate there, and okay. Should be game.
I feel like it's game. Spencer's just going through the motions here.
Yeah, this Mecha Frieza deck, one of the best things that it's good at is just going through all the resources, just getting your opponent down to 0, and it's just grind, and you're just drawing so many cards. Markus with only 5 cards left in deck, like you can see how much. Oh, and he had all the Dodoras just sitting in his hand.
Jeez.
And it's crazy. He could do all this without any of it, without dedicating any of these cards in the early game, which makes it insane. A little bit of overkill here. I think he's at 1 life, and that should be, super lethal. Super mega lethal.
Game 1 down. Jeez. Gonna go over to the caster desk here. Breaking my heart. Breaking my heart so far, but we'll see. Game 2's coming up.
I feel like that's how that game almost always goes. Unfortunately, just because Mecha Frieza is standing on the other side of the table, not because of anything else. And any other matchup, just because, he played this Beerus deck on the meta call of, hey, none of my opponents
I'm going to play against Soul Striker, and I'm going to play against these slow decks.
Exactly. And that's where this deck really shines. Like I said, I played this before Mecha Frieza was dropped, and it was just killing my opponents. And a lot of the time, it would take a lot of time, but you would at least win game 1, and then from there, you should be able to win the match.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you've played the deck before. I have too, so we can talk about this a little bit here. Okay. What are we sideboard in?
Sideboard in here, it really just depends. I didn't really play too much against Mecha Frieza, but I would assume you just want to execute your game plan a little bit better. I definitely take out the God of God's Priest. There's no way that card's ever survive.
It's ever going to. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
It's either you're using all your resources, by the time you draw, you have no resources to charge it for, or Plan B, you have all the resources out, you play it, and then they Cold Bloodlust.
I think he just needs a little bit more removal.
Yeah,
Yeah, so maybe Mass Saiyan.
Mass
We
Saiyan
didn't
would be
see
any
of Mass Saiyans.
Time Patrol Trunks, I didn't really.
I didn't see any Overwhelm cards, to be honest.
So definitely Overwhelm cards. I would keep the results of trainings. I would, the Raging Attacker Son Gohan. I don't think it's really needed too much in this. I mean, I would probably have it because he plays Gotenks.
Right.
So you want it to get rid of the Gotenkses because the Gotenks would apply too much pressure, and you can only get rid of the Gotenks if you have the flip side of Beerus.
If you awaken. Yeah.
So you definitely want those two, but here it's just really important about what you want to side out. And I think those Princess Speeds are fantastic. I don't think that 7-drop Beerus is going to resolve much either. I'd probably take that out. I'd probably just cut my high end of the deck and just keep it to trying to resolve Whis or trying to resolve a Beerus effect.
I think
and,
Sacred.
Everything else you just want to live.
Sacred
Card Whis. Yeah.
Not a bad inclusion.
100%. If he has access to that, I'd do that.
You also have Yajirobe as well, like a revenge blocker. But I actually don't know if I like that or not.
Because they have Kale.
Right, they have Kale. They also have 3-drops. I just feel like 3-drops aren't that good in this format. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I always argue with Danny about it, Danny Hype, and we always talk about it. He loves 3-drop Gotenks. I think the card just dies almost everything. But yeah, I mean, maybe Yajirobe would be good if it doesn't die. Maybe you force out your opponent to use it on, use his removal on that instead of something else. I don't know. I think playing against a deck that runs Kel, I don't like playing 3-drops because it lets them get too much value out of their Kel. They can go 3-2.
Yeah.
They can go 3-2-1. So they have a lot of way to kill multiple of your things.
I mean, playing multiple 3-drops is fine. That's why I like the 10Ks and I play it. You like all that stuff, but you got to just be very careful in the Beerus spot because he's probably going to open a lot more 1-drops this game. You just got to know when to toss him to not really get super value killed. The kill's going to inevitably come. You just got to minimize the damage of that.
Actually, I hate that this is in your face.
I know, right? Oh, okay.
Is that better?
Is that better? Yeah, it's a little bit better.
I can probably
much better.
Yeah.
Peter was like, why is this in my face? Almost broke your whole setup. I was like, dude.
He just rages out, rips everything off. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I wish it could just come from the sky, the mic just be up here. That'd be great.
We'll go to the gameplay here, guys, so we can get everything started here. They're on game 2.
Game
2 of 3. 2 of.
I'm just trying to manage who's on break, so.
No, that's fine. No, you're fine, man. No, you're fine, dude. No, you're fine. Absolutely. Anytime. Okay.
So, game 2 here. Spencer most likely going first. Actually, if I'm Spencer, I go second here. As crazy as it sounds.
Ooh, why is that? Let's hear it. Why?
As crazy as it sounds, I go second here. The reason is you're getting an extra card.
Okay.
You don't really care for attacking. In Vegeta, sometimes you want to get that first attack in, so you'll go second. But it's just really about that extra card. What is that Bulma going to do turn 1 versus what is it going to do turn 2? Yeah, sure, you're
it gives
a
you a
little
chance
bit
to
ahead
get
of energy.
Right,
yes.
right.
But
so you think an extra card's worth energy?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that is the case here because your opponent's not trying to get to a certain energy to kill you at either.
Okay.
So I feel like the more resources, the more cards that you have, the easier it is for you to get to that late game. Because you're not thinking about the early game now. You're thinking about especially in Beerus, you're just thinking about the full 60 seconds of the game, or 60 minutes of the game. You want to get all the way to the end and be able to resolve this Whis, resolve this Beerus effect. You just want that extra card, and I think that's worth going second, definitely, because I don't know, your opponent's not going to do anything turn 1 that you're just like, oh man.
Markus getting some objection off.
If he did this turn 1 or turn 2, it would have been so much different. No.
Markus getting the objection off, man. Mecha Frieza, just such a fun deck to watch.
And you haven't seen Spencer get an objection off, unfortunately, I don't think, because ideally the curve is for Spencer, turn 1 drop, turn 2 objection, and then from turn 3 you just want to play Dork, and then you're just like Whis, and then from there you could go Princess Speed, and you're in it, or instead of Princess Speed, a Result of Training, but nope, you see another Result of Training here, so.
You think Spencer just expects Markus to awaken him, or does he think he has the other results in hand?
If I was in this position, honestly, I would just charge all my Results of Trainings and then just have my opponent on he definitely has Results of Training and try to awaken me by 5 or something.
Okay.
That's what I would do because I'm already down a game, so I feel like you just gotta make a little bit of a leap of faith on some plays and just try to get a little bit greedy.
Get as much advantage as you
can. Just a little bit
right.
of greedy, yeah, just because you're down.
It's actually good you said that. I said it a lot too. Is
if I was up game 1 though,
You just play it safe as possible.
I just play it so
Right,
safe
yep.
because this is a long game deck, unfortunately. So you're probably gonna play into the draw. I mean, like, it's not about like playing to the draw. It's about like playing your deck, but it's gonna get to the draw.
Right.
You know,
Uh-huh.
especially if you're winning. So 2 different lines of play that you can definitely take here. You know?
Absolutely. I mean, it's important to realize when you can be greedy and when you shouldn't be greedy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's very important to realize that. Markus going down to 4 life here. Giving that Gotenks 20,000. Looks like Spencer's obviously going to take that. Go to 7 here. Again, guys, Gotenks has, like, I call it pseudo crit. You know, it's kind of critical. It doesn't give your opponent any advantage, though. However, it does sometimes hurt them a lot.
No, it's definitely one of the most pestering cards, especially for control players that want to keep certain combo pieces in their hand. And I know it's a far stretch, but I would call this Beerus deck a combo deck.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, sure. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's like a ramp combo deck.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Again, I don't think we've seen Spencer have a Whis, though, a 12-drop Whis. I mean, he went through a lot of cards.
He did.
And I don't think we saw it.
So is his only win condition just the Beerus ultimate?
Ooh, you think that's what he's trying to do? Just get to 16?
I mean, it's not the worst. Look, he charged 3 results of training, so he either has the 4th one, which is extremely unlikely,
Very unlikely.
or he's just doing the play that I was telling you to do and just charge him on, just have your opponent just beat your face.
Yep. Again, Wasu getting Piccolo off of this. Guys, remember, Piccolo is a god. That's something that a lot of people don't realize. But yeah, Piccolo is a god.
Giving Gowasu that extra reach, it almost hits every card in this deck except for the little dudes. Even hits himself.
All right, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. I hope it's still giving decent quality for you guys. I hope so. We're definitely trying our best. Definitely trying our best here, guys, with the stream. Again, these will be on YouTube with full HD quality. So
on Kitchen Table YouTube page. Make
Yes.
sure you guys have subscribed. I think this man should have at least 10,000 subscribers.
thank you so
I don't know why he's only at 3K. Like,
Thank
get
you so
on there.
much.
I know it takes a lot of time to like open up YouTube and like go to the subscribe button, but you guys could do it. He's definitely worth it.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
I don't know how I'm over 10,000. My quality does not even compare to what you put out, honestly.
Thank you so much.
No problem, dude. All right, so it looks like, yeah, just you see Markus just playing into it, just, you know, going in. You know, he has all these 10Ks now. Now he's going to go attack. He's not going to think twice about it. My opponent obviously has a result of training. He's going to play it on 5. So he might not awaken him here, but he might awaken him. He's definitely going to awaken him the turn after.
It's scary, though. You awaken Beerus and you give him a chance to start killing your stuff. You know what I mean? So it's, again, double-edged sword. I think if I'm Markus, I think I attack in. Look at this. Just I'm going to kill every single thing. That's okay.
Man, that Kale is just, ugh.
Again,
You see, I
Markus
think-
doing a good job.
See, I think here you should have just like started throwing those 1-drops to preserve your life and maybe keep it results. You know, I mean, like, if you're going to play this one way, then play to that, you know, but like, I don't know. If you're going to dedicate yourself to the whole bluff method, then you just got to play completely different. And then if you're not, and you're going to bluff like you have results, preserve your life. Don't be like, oh, yeah, yeah, keep hitting me. Like, I don't want, like, that's making your results worse, you know? So, like, it's just very hard to play this game. I cannot stress this
There's
enough.
12-drop Whis. Finally see him go to the discard. We know he's there.
12-drop Whis. All right, so his opponent, if he didn't know before,
Now knows.
Now he knows. Explicit
12-drop
word.
Whis can't happen.
But that's it. Ooh, Lester in chat. What's up, Lester? We miss you here, bro.
I miss you so much.
It's obviously not as smooth as it can be.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we have to deal with just Dusty. Sad face. But
I don't compare to Lester. I will be the first to tell you that. He is the stream manager master. I get too into the games. That's my problem. I'm like, oh, what are they gonna do? And I just like don't even care about the life.
it's like life still at 8.
Yes,
Your opponent's
still
at 1,
life,
swinging for game.
Yeah. I get so into it.
And then people have the nerve to be like, you didn't catch this. It's like, what?
It's like, guys,
We're so into the game. We're
so
like the
into
players right now. Just like,
trying to figure it out.
you missed the draw off the leader. How dare you, Dusty?
I'm
How
trying.
dare you?
I love it. Spenser with objection
So
here.
5
goes up to
energy.
3 energy.
All right, look. So so it looks like he was doing the play that we were talking about,
Right.
and like bluffing, not having results, charged all his results. Markus did not bite. Kept his opponent at 5. Be like, play the results, play it. You got it. You got it. Did not have it.
Do you think Markus would just refuse to Awaken now? Or do you think Markus was just waiting to get one extra attack in with Gotenks?
I would probably wait until I have the 5-drop Gotenks. If I have the 5-drop Gotenks, then I have a small Gotenks attack, a double strike attack. First, I hit him with the double strike, obviously, to put him at 3. And then I pressure him with Kale, and then I pressure him with the Gotenks.
Sure.
But here, not caring. He's just like, oh, no, still has the results. We're still going to Awaken himself.
There he goes. Got a 5.
Because Spenser's not going to do anything. Like, the deck cannot do anything if he's
Right.
not Awakened.
Right.
And now he's going to be able to get rid of his Gotenks, you know?
Hit you results, so he did have results.
Oh, he did have results. Why didn't he play the results last turn? I don't get
He
it.
only had 4 energy.
Oh, he only had
Right.
4. I'm sorry. I'm stupid, guys. So he did draw 4 results.
He did
That's
draw
crazy.
4 results. That's pretty unfortunate.
That's pretty insane. All right, but you see Markus playing to that anyways. You know, like the 4 energy, obviously he couldn't cast the results, so he played to the 5, and then Markus was like, you have results for sure because you charged 3.
Right.
You know, even though Spenser technically could have had 0 in his hand. It just becomes so much better energy than like a Whis or like a Beerus, you know,
Absolutely.
especially if your opponent sees it.
See what Spenser decides to do here.
Winning by Beerus effect is not a common occurrence whatsoever. It's
Yeah,
something
this-
that I think he will resolve maybe like 2 or 3 times within the entire 9 rounds of Swiss.
Pitching another 12-drop Whis to defend that attack.
He might just have. He might have just
You
drawn
think his
them
hand
all.
was like 4 results, 3 12-drop Whis? What a hand.
I mean, that's not something that definitely cannot happen.
Okay. We'll let Spenser untap here. See if, I'm sure he'll play his 6th energy, which he does. See what he decides to do. Definitely has the ability to play Beerus. We did see him get a Beerus off Gawasu, so we don't know he does have a Beerus. We'll see what he decides to do. His turn, draws a card off of his boo. It looks like he is going to play that Beerus that we saw him get. There it is, Beerus. Kill the kill. Cold Ballast. The old Cold Ballast, guys. What a card. Very devastating card in this matchup, and honestly just a devastating card in general. Spenser's going to attack 15,000 into 15,000. Beerus into Mecha Frieza here. Markus is going to play out another combo card. Spenser has to do a better job dealing with these combo cards. He has to be able to. He needs to sequence his cards a little bit better, where he's making his opponent have to use those before he attacks with Beerus. Beerus is the way to clear out the bodyguard cards, and I feel like Spenser keeps sequencing his turn to be just a little bit different. In my opinion, he should have played Beerus. Obviously, got Cold Blasted. That happens. So you attack 20,000 Beerus and 20,000 Kel, force out the combo card, and then you can kill with Beerus. Again, just he needs to do a better job, George, with these combo cards. What do you think?
I think he definitely has to like get rid of these. Like he can't have Kale lingering around and just drawing you cards. That's where he out-resourced him last game. You just got to put as much pressure into killing the battle cards and not worry about Markus's life.
Right.
Like it's just something that you just have to dedicate as much possible. I mean, like I'm not a fan of just like comboing onto your Beerus and stuff like that, but you know, if you have a Piccolo or something that cycles like that off a combo, then you definitely it's worth it to just do it because now look, Kale comes down and just wrecks another
2 kills, a 3-drop. It's terrifying.
That's another reason why I stopped playing this deck too. Kale was just too much of a monster. It was always taking my Beerus and my 1-drop or my Whis and my 1-drop.
By the way, doesn't get any better in set 3, by the way. No real big threat to Kel in sight.
Just making it better.
Maybe Mafuba is a sideboard card for Spenser, maybe. You know, Mafuba these Kels.
Oh, yeah. That's something that I did sideboard a lot, actually. Mafuba was huge. I'm trying to remember what else I sided. It was like Encouraging Presence. Oh, no, it wasn't Encouraging. It was the other Monaka.
The 3-drop that like bounces or whatever? Or?
I was playing that against Cell. I was playing Mafubas.
Alrighty, see what happens here. Spenser protecting that attack, but still having to use a lot of cards here not to die or not take a damage. Markus being able to apply so much pressure and gain cards off of them. I tell you, it doesn't take long for Kale to go out of control, by the way.
Kale gets really ridiculous really fast. And it's just something that really demands respect, attention, and careful planning against.
All right, 50,000 out of Spenser here. And yet again, attacking with Beerus first, getting blown out by that bodyguard card again. Copalos coming out again.
You see here, the returning evil golden Frieza could have attacked a Kale, then the Frieza would have been dropped, and then you can kill it with the Beerus, and then maybe like throw a 5k, the Boo, onto the Kale, 20 to 20, and you got the value out. Like,
right.
That's just order of operation sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like this is plaguing Spenser. You know what I mean? This is, again, been yet again another turn. Spenser go up to 30k, though. Markus just doing everything he can to protect these kills. He knows he's getting the cards back. Why not? Kale single-handedly taking this game. I feel like it's pretty unfortunate here.
Kale will do that, especially if you don't have anything to put it in check. Or you do have something, but they have the Cold Bloodlust. That's why Mecha Frieza is just so strong. It's got Protect the Kale. You know, it's a deck that's Protect the Kale.
Protect the Kale, protect the Jiren. You know, there's,
protect the castle decks are just fantastic. Except against decks that have multiple threats, like Star Daigoku. You just got 2 threats that you can play a turn. You can see Spenser bottlenecked by energy. Even though it is a ramp deck, he can only play 1 removal spell every turn.
Maybe Spenser should gravitate towards splashing a little bit of green in the deck or something. You know, maybe you use Zeno buttons and stuff and try to.
I just really think he needs. That's why Zeno really plays in a lot into the game, because when your opponent has boards like this that you're not going to be able to answer because it's just too much pressure, and then they're sitting there with like 5-6 cards in hand, and you're there sitting there with like 2-3 cards in hand. You just gotta just slam the Zeno down.
It's possible. Markus has a lot of cards in hand. Has a lot of threats in hand. Has already used, 2 Cold Bloodlusts?
Yep.
It's possible Spenser just windmill slams Zeno next turn and gets back into this game. Yep. I mean, he's not that far away
from
it.
That can happen. Right. Does Markus have access to any Cold Bloodlust right now?
I can't see his hand. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like he does. Let's see what Spenser decides to do, though. Markus still cycling through his deck here. Markus is drawing like 6 cards this turn, by the way. Unbelievable.
It's so insane. I mean, that's Mecha Frieza right there.
And there is the Mass Saiyan.
Yep, and that's going to be threatening lethal.
We talked about it right before the game.
That's it. Spenser's sitting there with 1 card in hand, defenseless. Markus is going to throw his whole hand in combo.
Yeah, he has the.
But not scooping, guys. This is perfect example of not scooping.
Markus does have a Cold Bloodlust in hand as well.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Yep. Spenser just letting him play out the game, which should happen, Like, I'm not a fan of people just like, oh, man, you got it.
I like it a lot because what you're doing right here is you're getting information.
Yep.
So if this is game 1,
exactly,
you're getting information, which is really cool. But you're also, you might see Markus in Top Cut.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you go, okay, I know he has, Trunks. I know he has Mass Saiyan. All these cards he's combo with, this is more information.
Exactly. That's what you want to do. And I am the perfect, I guess, survivor of, or like storyteller of this, because it happened to me at the finals of an event, and it was just, you saw it. I was playing Vegeta, and, I wasn't able to kill, like, I went all in. It was one of those all-in strikes where you're like, okay, I know I can win this turn, I'm going to go all in. My opponent survived, but I actually had enough cards in hand to just combo back. Like, I just had, like, something very few. Like, I was able to survive his next attack because all he had was, like, a leader swing. So we just went out and we actually replayed. Like, we played the last turn that I should have, like, not scooped on. So he went, his turn, he drew from the leader and all that stuff. We're like, oh, yeah, no, I could have survived.
I could have survived, yeah.
Because I think I didn't even go all in. I think it was, like, I hit like a magic number or something that I needed to get to, where I'm like, okay, let me card how many cards in hand, see how many 10Ks you've gone through, let me look at all these things, and I'm like, okay, this should be enough combo.
Right.
And it wasn't enough combo. And then I was just like, oh, hopeless. I lost. No way.
But
I'm at one life. I'm at one life. There's no way. There's no way I win this game at all. And we actually went through it afterwards. We were like, okay, I scooped already. Whatever. I lost. But let's finish. Yeah, let's finish this up. And he was actually, Justin right here was actually just right next to me, and he was just like, no, yeah, you won. Like,
you would have won.
You would have won. Why'd you scoop? Like, why'd you scoop? It's like, never premature scoop, guys. I hope that's a lesson to everyone.
Absolutely, it should be. I mean, there's a lot of things.
Let them throw it all down on the table.
Especially game one of a best of 3, right? It's like you said, it's just an information game. You get to see all the stuff they play. You get to get more information. You know, more cards you should play around. It's very important. Get a lot of information. Guys, any questions at all? At KitchenTableMeta in the chats. We have about 10 minutes and 54 seconds left in the round. Not counting time, you know, when people go into time, plus pairings and stuff. So
it's going pretty smoothly.
It's going super smooth, by the way. It's been super smooth. For how many people are here? Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. I hope the stream's working okay. Again, Verizon doing a good job of holding up here. We had that one little hiccup, and I think that was something to do with the USB cord or something. I'm not sure what happened. I think the phone actually just got unconnected, so I just hooked it back up and it worked immediately. So
that's awesome, dude.
Absolutely. So,
how many people are going on here?
I'm not sure.
Who knows? Oh, 199, 200.
200 people.
203. Thank you.
203 guys. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it.
Amazing. And like 400 of you are here, so like obviously some of you can't obviously be watching this. Well, Danny Hype is an exception. I think he's had his stream up on his phone all day.
Yeah, Danny Hype's absolutely. We'll do a little shout out here to some people, guys. While I can. Again, I have all my notifications turned off since it's a stream. I don't want to be like essentially rude or whatever. But we have quite a few people. We have iSean C. Just subscribe with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub, my friends. You chose anybody on Twitch to subscribe to with that. And you chose me.
Premium.
That means the world to me.
This guy's premium.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. By the way, guys, everyone spam the story, spam the guy in the chat. Let iSean C know that he means a lot for that Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much, my friend. Also, we have GMAT316 with that follow. Phillips1227. Pancon Jamonko. You guys know that I don't know how to say these words, so I'm just kind of trying my best. P Digis with that follow. Chris234ST. Razzle77. And Marketech with 1,000 bits. Thank you so much, my friend. Guys, if you haven't, go to DBS-Decks and check out Marketech's amazing channel. Amazing deck builder. Super cool.
Mark is actually fantastic. I actually had a recent action with him. He called me up. He was like, hey, where can I find the PPG 1K deck list? And I was like, oh yeah, you can just join our group. You know, he got them immediately onto his website.
It's insane.
They're fantastic. Now you can see who has from the PPG team has topped or won with these decks, and you can see.
What's crazy about Mark too is he'll message me and just be like, Dusty, you stream. What's a feature you'd like to see? And I'll be like, I don't know. Like, it'd be cool if I had a profile where people can see my decks. He's like, okay, it's done. It's like, how do you like people that are good at things like that just blow me away because it would take me a year to program half of that site. Actually, not even half that site, like a quarter of the site. Like, I would have no idea where to start.
He does such a great job. So definitely, it's DBS-Decks. So I'll just put it in the chat here. But
yeah, please do. It's amazing.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, go check that out, guys.
It has its own deck builder.
Yeah.
Also.
DBS, is it DBS Decks?
DBS Decks, yeah, I believe so.
It's not gonna let you.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna let me. Yeah.
Unfortunately, guys, we have.
You're right.
At KitchenTableMeta. Let's get that Goku Black on screen. Would love to. We have Peter Gattani playing the Goku. Dude, he did amazing. He did a great job, man. Did a great job.
Beerus player.
Yeah, Beerus player come by. My heart hurts for him. But actually, Peter just lost, unfortunately. Though, but to Spoofer Proofing, which is one of our regulars and one of the Patreon backers. So that's awesome to have Spoofer Proofing playing. But again, Peter, I'm sure. Will still make a top cut. Peter, amazing player, one of the world's best players.
We'll see him eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. At KitchenTableMeta, which leader are you looking forward to the most from set 3? Pan, easily. I love Pan.
Buy out all the pans, guys. Hashtag buy out the pans.
I told you guys.
PPG pan.
Yeah, go to PPG, buy all those pans. I told you guys to do that in Miami. No, seriously, love that leader. She's a great offensive leader, but I think people are sleeping on her defensive ability, which I think is going to be one of the only leaders that can do what she does. How about you, George?
I really like that Majin Buu because it fits, like, the flavor is just so great. It just eats a cookie every time or whatever. You know, turns people into cookies, eats it,
right.
Is satisfied, attacks again. So cool, and it also has a draw ability on one side, and then it has the second attack ability on the other side. So the first side, attack, put a card under it. attack again. Once it has 2 or more, I think, you draw a card. So that's great. So it draws you a card on Unawakened side, which is like super value. That's what you want to be doing on an Unawakened side. You don't want to just be doing like nothing.
Right.
So it has an extra upside, and then on the other side, it'll just carry over that effect and be able to attack again. Like you just remove the cards under it and then attack again. So it's like it's exercising, losing the weight, and then attacking again. It's so fantastic.
A ruling with that, which I didn't understand, was whenever if you eat their cell chain, all the cards go underneath Majin Buu.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that. I thought it was just the first card, but they don't. They all go under.
That's crazy.
It's insane. Like you said, you can get multiple attacks on the other side if you have 2 or 3 cell chains under.
No, yeah, it's fantastic because that's from the event that makes you a cookie, right?
That's from the most evil absorption.
Oh, the most evil
which
absorption.
Which is actually insane.
Okay.
It's a 3-cost kill spell. It can't be Cobolus, and it's an extra card.
That's great.
So it's one of the only leaders that has that ability. So yeah, absolutely, super fun.
I'm super excited. I'm a super Majin Buu fan. That and Cell, just childhood, growing up to it, watching the series, it was so good. Majin Buu was one of my favorites. So I'm really excited to play that leader. And I've always been trying to play Buhan and stuff like that. Yeah. And I think these new
Panhan, I'm telling you, I've been playing on stream. I'm telling you, one of the best decks. It's super fun.
Really fun. Yeah. I love it. And I can't wait to play it. So.
2 Rivers 99 at KitchenTableMeta. Morning, Dusty and George. Morning. Top to the morning to you. I don't know why I just did that a weird
top of the board.
I don't know why I decided to do that, but Pan seems fantastic. Absolutely. At KitchenTableMeta, Boo is awesome. Yeah, a lot of fun. Also, guys, some more follows here. Ro Rokini, thank you so much for the follow, and Duck Souls. Thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub. Really means a lot to me. Welcome to the KitchenTableMeta family. Thank you for spending the Twitch Prime sub on me. Kid chose anybody in the whole world.
Anybody.
And he chose me, and that means a lot to me. Thank you so much, guys. Spam the guy in the chat. Welcome, Duck Souls, to the KitchenTableMeta family. Hakai, and hopefully together we can destroy the meta, my friend. Hashtag KitchenTableMeta. Hey, Dusty, I asked you 2 or 3 weeks ago if you have or can get any information about the DBS release in Germany. Did you hear any from Bandai or something else? Help me. I just want to play this game so bad besides Octagon. Me too, my friends. I would love you to be able to do that. Unfortunately, I don't really have that much contact with Bandai, so I don't know. I would try, maybe whenever Jim comes on, because Jim's going to be on, maybe you can ask him and he'll know something. I don't know.
There is if you go on the website, you can actually send inquiries over to them. So if you spam those maybe once every day, don't spam them like 5 times a day, but if you do it maybe every day, at least once, fill out the form, fill out the little contact form, then you should be able to get a response from them because they're so good at answering questions, especially ruling questions when they have with the cards. Players will ask them a question, they'll get back to them in a pretty prompt manner. So I'm sure they have somebody in charge of that in that department, but it is pretty new in Europe. I know the organized play is a little bit new, and it did even here take a little bit of time to pick up. Thankfully, ARG was so responsive and so easy to help, and then eventually us. We've been so easy to help them and communicate with them back and forth and be like, okay, this is the vision that you want. This is how we're gonna portray it. Do you like this? Do you not like this? And it's just a young company, so they don't want to overstep things too fast and make sure that they're done
sometimes that
in
can be
way.
disastrous for the game.
Exactly.
Mustache Shinobi at KitchenTableMeta. I love that name, by the way. At KitchenTableMeta would be awesome if there was some way there could be the top players record records scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Funny story, I actually had an idea to do that for Hartford for the first ever stream. The problem was, what I realized is that I need a runner to do that. I need someone while we're commentating to go get the records and bring it back to me, and then type them in as we're commentating. The problem is, what I found out when I tried to do it in Hartford was by the time I got the information, typed them out, it was
changed.
They were done. They were changed. Right, exactly. So amazing suggestion. Something I definitely have on my radar. Just really unavailable. Really don't have the staff, I would say, to be able to pull it off professionally enough for my taste.
Where's Lester at when you need him?
If Lester was here, we could do that. That'd be sick.
Can.
For sure. Absolutely. Majin Joe 15, thank you for that Twitch Prime sub, my friend, and welcome to the KitchenTableMeta family. If you have any questions at all, let us know at KitchenTableMeta in the chat. I'll do my best to answer your questions as soon as possible. Again, welcome so much. You could chose anybody on Twitch. You chose me, Majin Joe, and I appreciate it, man. Hakai, welcome again. Hey guys, spam those destroyers, spam those Hakais. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Also, we have Martin627PR. Thank you so much for that follow. And Hugh Janus for life. That's not how I say that, right? What is this? Hugh
Janus.
I actually said it right. Okay, so Hugh Janus for life. Thank you so much for that follow, my friend. Sit back, relax. Let me and George just entertain you today.
Caress your ears.
Caress your ears with this beautiful Hello, George. Welcome. Yeah, definitely.
I'm fine.
Thoughts on most OP set 3 card? Ooh.
There's so many. I think that Planet Vegeta card might be a little bit too good. A little bit too good. I'm a little bit worried. That and Mecha Frieza seem.
I'm worried about apes a whole bunch. Those barrier just in general scares
That's scary.
the bejesus
That's
out of
very
me.
scary.
So yeah. Most OP card though is probably Planet Vegeta.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
what I was
very,
saying,
yeah. But I think it's OP because it can search a Saiyan that costs 4 or less, which is very
Almost anything in the game.
People don't pay attention to that too much. But you can go get Kels, you can go get Gohans, you can go get the yellow combo card that's a Saiyan. So you can go search out a combo card if you're playing a yellow Saiyan leader. You can search out combo pieces. You can search out like your Gokus for your combo pieces evolves. There's just so many things you can do with that card, which is fantastic. So yeah, definitely, absolutely.
So good. And then it gives all your monkeys like I don't know.
Yeah,
like
untap it in your turn. Yeah, which is absurd because they all have barrier anyway. So
it's
just
like,
like,
jeez, what?
yeah, very very powerful for 1 mana or
For
1 energy.
Right. It's just ridiculous, especially when you can play for free in Mecha and like hurt yourself.
Right,
like.
absolutely. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to get out of here, guys. We love you guys. Thank you so much for being in the chat. Thank you so much for being in the stream. For sure. All, like 205 of you? Is that what it was? How much was it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I don't know.
How do you see it?
I don't know why it doesn't just tell you there. But, I think we're up to 171. 30 of you left us.
Yeah, well, that's okay. It was in the round.
It's okay, yeah.
That's okay.
You'll be back.
You'll be.
I'll be back.
We'll see you. You can't give up on us. All right, guys. Love you so much. We'll see you guys very shortly for round 4. Love you. Keep those questions in mind. Let us know. And we'll see you guys very shortly. Later.